Hello, Jessup. I love that I get to chat with you today as we come to the close of Wellness Week. It has been a difficult week. We are hurting. We are grieving. It has been a really tough week. Thank you for being here this morning. Your time is precious, and your time is precious to me. So thank you for being here. I do want to remind you that wellness isn't a week, although we call it Wellness Week. And I'm grateful that our campus does put an emphasis on being well. But wellness isn't a week, it's a lifestyle, right? You're paying attention to all the ways that you can be well or unwell is a lifestyle. God created us, mind, body, spirit, soul, one interconnected system. So if we have one part of us that is unwell, it's going to affect other parts. So paying attention to your own wellness isn't a day, isn't a week. It's hopefully your lifestyle. When Ryan asked me to speak today, he suggested that I share maybe what I've noticed in terms of mental wellness over several years. So I've been teaching here for, I can't remember if this is 11 or 12 years, but I've been teaching here for over a decade now. And I teach in the psychology department. For those of you who don't know who I am, I teach in the psychology department. But I also have a private practice in addition to teaching here. And I have noticed some things over the 10 plus years that I've been teaching at Jessup. And I've noticed some things in my private practice over the last few years. In general, I would say as a society, we're becoming less connected. As a campus, I've seen that too. We're becoming less connected. It's concerning to me, and it's actually kind of funny, actually, if you think about it, because I did not bring my smartphone. I was afraid it would buzz or make noise while I'm here, so I didn't bring it. But, because we have our smartphones with us all the time, we can be connected, right? We can be connected to our friends who live across the country. We can be connected to family or friends who live across the globe. So we have this device that we can use for connection. But what I've noticed, and maybe you've noticed too, is that sometimes they get in the way of our connection instead of building our connection. Have you noticed that? That the things that we carry with us in our devices can actually disconnect us as opposed to connect us. Now, I could know, like I said, we can be connected to, a family or friends who live across the country. I can know what they had for dinner, right? Because they'll have a nice little picture of that, right? So I can see what somebody had for dinner. I could see the events that they're going to. But does that really connect me to them? Do I really know them if I know what they had for dinner or the event? We're spending a lot of time showing people our things about our life, but are we showing people our hearts? Are we being connected in the way that we need to be connected? In recent years, there has been an increase in anxiety. Melanie shared on Wednesday about the exponential growth of anxiety and depression in the last few years. And I've seen that too. I think we are afraid to show people who we really are, but we're busy showing them what we do. This is where I went. This is what I ate. This is my outfit. But to really show who we are, I've seen fear, right? We're afraid of that. We're afraid of being judged. But what we need is connection. What we need is true connection. And we're missing that. We're missing that even on campus, right? We rush across our campus, and do we even acknowledge each other as we cross? Right? So I went to UC Davis, and there are 35,000 students on that campus. That was where I did my undergrad. So rushing across that, everybody's just a blur when you got 35,000 students around you. But we're a small campus. We can connect differently. We can connect in real ways. You know, we've been, this theme for chapel this year has been abide. And we've been talking about abiding with Jesus, abiding in God's love. Yet all around you are image bearers of God. All around you, you are an image bearer of God. When God decided that you needed to be in this world, he put a unique face on you as an image bearer of God to show to the people around you. That's beautiful, right? So you are an image bearer of God. You are an image bearer of God. You are an image bearer of God. Every person in this room bears a unique likeness to God. When we abide in God, some of it is just with each other, right? Because I get to see the face of God in you differently than somebody else. But in order to do that, in order to have that abiding, we have to connect. We have to see each other. And that's part of how God has created us, to want to be seen, to want to be known. We want to be known. We want to be seen. But that there's this fear going on right now. I'm going to be judged. I'm going to be judged. We need to be known. We need to be seen. And yet we have a fear of being known and seen. So we're at this kind of conflict place. Look to the person next to you real quick. Just take a quick, glance, right? Image bearer of God right there. Image bearer of God right there, sitting next to you. I wonder, when we are rushing through our campus, if we realize that every person you pass, image bearer of God. In fact, I wonder if Jesus in the flesh was walking on campus, would we even notice as we walk quickly to our classes and not pay attention to the people around us, not say hello to the person you're passing? As a society, we are losing the connection that we need, that deep acknowledgement that you matter. But you do. You matter. Kevin mattered. And we're talking about that now. We need to think about that not just when someone has passed away, but you matter right now. I matter. You matter. You matter. You matter. You matter. We all matter as that image of God. Another thing I've noticed, in addition to that we're not connecting, we don't have conversations. Somebody has told me recently, many people have told me recently, that they don't know how to have a conversation, that they struggle with small talk. How do you have a conversation with someone you don't know? Another person told me recently that she's starting to see her life in posts. How is this going to look when I post it? That's a disconnected way to try to connect, right? We connect when we notice something about someone and we say something about it, right? That's basically what small talk is notice something about something. So I'm reading your shirt right now. Mickey Mouse and turkey legs and Disneyland, man. Or at Disney World, actually. Turkey legs are at Disney World, not Disneyland. Do they have turkey legs at Disneyland now? I haven't been there in a while. I thought they only had turkey legs at Disney World. They have them at Disneyland now. All right, Disneyland. So that right there, right? So when was the last time you were at Disneyland?
Last December.
Awesome. I love it at Christmas time. I'm going to go maybe this December. I missed it last December. I usually go. My best friend lives in Southern California, and so that's where I grew up. So I often used to go down there. That is small talk, right? Just noticing something about someone and drawing them into conversation. We are losing the art of conversation when we are so busy staring at our phones instead of saying hello to the people around us. It's disconnecting our hearts, and it's not good for our mental health. So I'm going to perhaps stretch you out of your comfort zone slightly. But I want us to connect. I want us to have the courage to talk to people, to say you matter, to say I notice you, I see you, and you matter. So we're going to draw the lights up a little bit. Just stretch you out of your comfort zone. And I want you to get out of your seat and find someone that you don't know. Yep, you may not race to the exit. So you're going to get out of your seat. You're going to find someone that you don't know. And all you need to do is say, I commented on his shirt, right? Something, introduce yourself. You're going to have a mini conversation that's going to connect our hearts. Because remember, you're talking to the person that you choose that you're going to go speak to is an image bearer of God. God decided. Wait, listen to me, people. Listen. I know you're all getting nervous, but hear my heart. God decided that you needed to be on the earth. That's powerful. Right? God decided. Becca, I can see you. I can't hardly see anybody, but I saw Becca. God decided that Becca needed to be on this earth, and so he made you. And I get to see God's face when I look at you because you are a unique image bearer of God. So every person here, God decided that you would be here. And the beauty is he decided that everybody else would be here and that we'd all be here right now. Right? So we have this moment in time to connect with a unique image bearer of God. All I'm asking you to do is say hello, comment on something, right? You can even say, man, Erin is weird. I don't care, right? But have a bit of a conversation. It's going to last just a moment, okay? Have a bit of a conversation with someone that you don't know. All right? Go. So how hard was that?
1 second. Not done.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thanks. How hard was that? For some, it's easy. For others, it was really challenging, right? Because we are unique representations of God. And so for some, it's easy to strike up a conversation. But what I'm telling you is that we all can do it. We all can do it. But it's about noticing each other, right? It's about noticing something and just making a comment about it, right? Like, cool shoes, where did you get those? I mean, it can be as simple as that. Right? Where do you shop? You always have really cool style, right? It can be something as simple as that. It doesn't have to be deep, but it still says, I see you and you matter. So as we walk across campus, we have that opportunity all day long to say hello, Wouldn't it be cool if that's how we started acting on this campus? Like connected, like family? Because that's who God says we are, right? He says, so that there should be no division in the body, but that its parts should have equal concern for each other. Can we have equal concern for everyone across our campus? Equal concern. Because if one part suffers, every part suffers with it. I hate that there might be someone suffering on this campus and we wouldn't know it because we don't notice, because we don't pay enough attention to those of us around as we're walking across campus. If one part suffers, every part suffers. If one part is honored, every part rejoices. Well, that's pretty cool. If you're honored, I get to rejoice with you, right? But if I'm suffering, then maybe you'll come along and recognize and suffer with me for a moment. We can do that. We can all agree, right now I'm going to ask you to. We can all agree to live like that. We can. We can change the way this campus interacts if we would just step out of our comfort zone and start saying hello to each other. Say good morning to people as you cross campus, a unique image bearer of God. Say hello. Say cool hat, nice shoes. It's cold. Say something. Acknowledge that it is cold, by the way. I'm freezing up here. Right? Acknowledge the other person because they're a unique image bearer of God. So I asked if we could, again, just because I'm going to mix it up again, I'm not going to ask you to get out. I thought about doing it a second time, and then I realized you guys are really talkative. I'm not going to be able to do this twice. I'll never get you back. But actually, that makes my heart sing. I was happy about that. But I am going to ask the worship team to come back up, because now that we've made a little connection, I would love to worship in a connected way, right? Hopefully you talk to somebody that you didn't know, you introduce yourself, you'll be able to say that person's name when you see them again, and if you don't remember, ask them. So I met Dilo. I don't know where she went. Hello, over there. We have this little connection about Lucy. Ask us both someday, we can tell you about that. Right? But when you see the person that you met earlier, talk to them again. Try it again with someone new. Make that connection. Let's make our campus feel like family, because we matter. You matter. Thank you.